Really, it's for your own good. That's what officials tell us time and again when it comes to those pesky red light cameras. But is it really true? Do they improve public safety, or are they just convenient money makers for the city? We sent Claire Dewan to hit the streets for answers in this Not In Your Side investigation.
Flash and snap. Up close, these red light cameras are no less intimidating.
I think it's very inaccurate, it's unfair, and it causes a lot of stress.
I don't like the red light cams because some people get through them without being detected and others don't.
Personal feelings aside, do they make you safer? Sergeant Timothy Beam of TPD's traffic safety program says they do.
So far, the numbers have shown that there are a decrease in collisions at those intersections. And here in traffic, our job is the safe and expeditious traffic, or flow of traffic across the city, and so far at those 7, it has certainly proved to be the point.
So Not On Your Side crunched the numbers just to double check. We compared the collision numbers 12 months before with 12 months after for intersections where cameras have been up for at least a year. Tanque Verde and Grant, 38 collisions the year before the cameras, 26 the year after. Valencia and Nogales, 26 up to 27. 22nd and Wilmot, 36 crashes dropped to 10. Oracle and River, 29 to 23. Speedway and Kolb, 24 collisions down to 11. Finally, Grant and Swan, 14 down to 6. Looks pretty cut and dry, but not so fast. When you look at the following year, crashes went up at 3 of the 4 intersections. Tanque Verde and Grant, Wilmot and 22nd, and Oracle and River. The other 2 haven't been up longer than a year. The mixed data are why Councilman Steve Kozachik isn't so fond of the cameras.
So the data is inconclusive. My sense is that as long as you have inconclusive data and you're actually busting people for really left-hand turns, not just trying to blow through intersections, we probably ought to take another look at them.
A closer look begs another question. What if crashes have gone down because people are avoiding the intersection? Or because fewer people are driving with the economy down? Diane Patterson is a U of A research scientist who says those factors may make a big difference.
At this point, I and a lot of people I know just go out of our way not to go through those intersections. That saves us as individuals.
So again, Not On Your Side checked it out. The city of Tucson says the Department of Transportation does not record traffic volume, but pointed us to the Pima County Association of Governments. We did get numbers for random days and years, which did not allow us to assess the number of cars at each intersection. So we asked Sergeant Beam.
For the most part, raw numbers you look at, the number of collisions have gone down.
But then you can't account for people just, avoiding the intersections, though.
Can't account for driving patterns.
Can't account for driving patterns, but what about motive? Are dollar signs driving the red light program?
Each time you get a ticket like this one, some of the money goes to the city. Some of the money goes to American Traffic Solutions, the company that installs and maintains the cameras. Just how much? From August 2010 to August 2011, the city paid ATS nearly $1.5 million.
Officials often say money is not involved, but can you explain how that actually is if the tickets generate fines that go to the city?
Well, it's not about money. If it's about money, we're in it for the wrong reason. What it's about is public safety. Are there dollars coming into the city coffers? Absolutely. Does ATS make some money? Absolutely. That's not what it's about.
The city says it's all about safety. It points to the manpower and resources it would take police to monitor intersections 24/7. In the end, though, it is safe to say this debate over red light cameras won't stop anytime soon. Claire Dewan, KGUN 9, On Your Side.
In this report, we pointed to mixed data. In fairness, we want to emphasize that the number of crashes at several intersections jumped up from the first year to the second year, but they were still fewer than before the cameras were installed. And by the way, Not On Your Side also discovered if the cameras catch you without your seatbelt, you'll be fined for that too.